I'm a good driver.
I'm not arguing this anymore. Just, I guess we have to go with the law of averages on this, but
Thank you.
Just be ready for a lot of, here we are.
Oh my God, stop it.
Oh my God.
I think you should drive just so I can always do my makeup.
I do drive most of the time. Do you ever feel scared with me? Okay, don't answer that. There's been one or two times you're like, Scott, the light's red.
It's the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Allie.
Coming off of the last podcast.
Yes.
And I just listened to it yesterday, so I'm fresh.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Today is Junior's 15th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Junior.
I know. I won't put on. Yes, I'll put it on social. I sure will.
Of course.
Right? But I hate when parents do that. They'll put happy 3rd birthday to baby Taylor. Taylor can't read it.
Oh, you hate when a human... It's not for Taylor. It's for all the family and the friends that you have that go, oh, my God. I just remember when mom was a whore and slept around, and now, look, she's got a 3-year-old.
Yes.
That's what it's for.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It has nothing to do with... You're right. Taylor can't read it. Well, maybe. I mean, some kids are little savants, but yeah, no. I mean, well, the dog thing's cute. You're going to get love out of it.
Oh, I know I will. Yeah. I absolutely will. Okay, I want to do something with you at the end of the podcast, and it's can we all agree? That's what the bit is going to be called. Can we all agree?
Well, and I want to welcome everyone to the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast, episode 202. Please like, share, and subscribe. And
I like how you're now keeping track.
If you're a Patreon member, which we don't even have one of those, you can just send money in the mail to us.
You can Venmo me, Allie Payne. Allie with a Y, Payne with a Y.
Best thing is, I'll never know you Venmo'd her, so you're just paying her.
I have had a listener Venmo me before a couple times.
For what?
We talked something about on the air about a coffee or something, and a listener Venmo'd me coffee money. I didn't want to accept it. I tried not to accept it, and they said, no, you're going to accept it.
Oh, that's sweet. They're like, you are going to go get a coffee.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love our listeners.
That's very nice. I noticed that out of that Venmo, you didn't even ask if I wanted anything.
Well, no, because it only covered one coffee. Oh. What, do you want to sip after me? I mean, I would let you.
Oh, well, no, I guess that's just fine. That's all right. You want to know what true love is?
Well, 15 years with my dog.
Well, yeah, that would be one version.
But I do want to know what true love is.
At 4:55 this morning, when I had to have 6059 literally pop a whitehead on my right ass cheek. That's...
what a way to wake up.
There's love. I've had this. It doesn't happen often. What?
It hurt, didn't it?
A little bit. Apparently, it had to do a little bit with an ingrown hair. And it's funny. That's a smooth part of my ass. So I don't have.
But you're sitting on it all the time.
Well, and that's what I thought. And so I said, listen, honey, I said, can you take a look at this?
Yep. I love it. Can you take a look?
And here I am,
You're like, I can't ask Allie to do this part.
And here I am with just half my sweatpants down, because that's the way I operate in the morning in the kitchen, having a coffee, figuring out what I'm packing. What?
She popped it in the kitchen?
No, well, we were gonna. And then she started squeezing with the thumbs, I can get this.
Yes.
And then she goes, oh, that's kind of hardened up over there. We're going to need something to be able to pop that. So we had to move down to the bathroom. That's when, and actually I was glad too, because the dogs could not stop being near my ass while it was happening. They're all like, oh, it's a new butt to smell.
I was thinking you guys were going to lay on the bed or the couch, and she was going to do some surgery.
Oh, no. The funny thing is she's small enough that when I'm standing at full attention, that is not a reference to a boner. When I'm standing just straight up, she just goes over my ass. So it was really not a far reach for her to just lean in and,
That is
Is that
true.
love or what?
That is true love.
Yeah.
I love popping zits so much. This is on the heels of, was it the last podcast we were talking about clipping toenails, or was that on the show?
Oh, no, that was a podcast, and that was somewhere in the,
I think it was the last one. No, I think.
Maybe it was on the show. I don't know.
I don't know. I know I talked a lot.
We're gross here and there. It's really who we are.
I talked a lot about my cousins on the last podcast, but I will tell you, speaking of true love, not that I don't think that true love exists. That's not what I'm saying. And I could never date you, first of all.
Well, no, that's not part of our makeup.
Exactly.
Or maybe if I wore makeup, you would. No, I don't know.
But I will tell you, and I'm sure you are just such a doll baby in a relationship. all times.
Listen, I know that I'm my own challenge. I can be testy. I can, I have my ways.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm sure that a collection of people would have said, well, he is, he's got his challenges,
Yes.
I freely admit it that I'm, but then again, really, who is perfect?
No one's perfect. But lately I've been battling with like how people are treated in relationships and does true love exist? Like things like that. And I went on this vacation and I have to tell you, my cousins are the best men I have ever seen. My cousin TJ, not one time would he let his wife even roll her own luggage. He had he had a bag on one, he had both of their luggages, he carried all of, and these are simple things, right?
Sure.
But these are simple things that I think get lost in the mix. And then my cousin Micah, him and his wife were on the sand watching the sunset, and he's like laying in her lap. It was the most precious thing I'd ever seen. And then,
and for some people, that works.
Oh, you wouldn't? Oh, that would not work for you. I don't think.
Prefer a woman that can roll her own luggage.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
well,
I do.
No, I'm with
will.
you.
I will gladly do it if the situation calls upon it. But I don't. I don't expect me to do it. You should be able to do it too.
I'm with you because you know how independent I am. And at one point, even TJ and I had some sort of exchange. And he's like, well, you can do what you want. And I was like, and I will. So I think that sometimes he probably takes care of his wife more than I would care for in a relationship.
And some people, that works for some people.
Right. And you're right. I would not expect my significant other to roll my luggage. But I thought it was so gentlemanly.
Oh, the gesture, believe me, I'm not saying I won't. And I'm not saying, but I would not want to be with someone where that is expected. Now, is it expected because you've done it all along and they've been trained into the mentality of, I don't have to do that? I mean, that's possible. I don't know how their relationship has been since day one. I couldn't answer that. Some people, it's the other person, in this case, his wife, that maybe walked into the relationship and, kind of laid the groundwork and said, I am not going to roll my own luggage. Or maybe he started this by doing it since day one and created this monster.
Well, in their relationship, I know, and this reminds me of you. So you do the lion's share of the cooking, correct?
I mean, yeah, I think on the day to day, it's just, it's the way the schedule works. And yeah.
Of course. Well, so does he. Now, his wife is a stay-at-home mother, wife, and caretaker of the house, but he comes home and does the cooking of the dinner.
That's interesting.
Yes, it is, and I just think, man, he's carrying her luggage, he's cooking dinner. She's
got him trained well.
Or he's just such a good guy.
Well. And yes, it could very well be that. It could be. I mean, I would recommend nobody get caught up in that story thinking there's the perfect Hallmark movie man.
No, because she even said he is so stubborn. And she said, and it's so similar to you too.
Wait a minute. He does all this and she still wants to complain about him?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, this is becoming clear on who laid down the law and how their life is expected to be.
She said something that reminded me of you. She said that TJ is so stubborn, you have to make everything seem like it's his idea for him to go along with it. And I thought of you immediately. I'm like, that is Scott.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I can be stubborn. I can be testy. I'm far from perfect, but
you cook.
But overall, here's the thing. Overall, deep down, those are surface things. That's the outer crust, it's sometimes crusty, but I mean, deep down, I like to consider myself a good person.
I think you probably are in a relationship. I don't see you guys together. I've never vacationed with you guys.
No, I just in general, I like to think that. But
this is not an attack on you, Scott.
No, but I'm freely admitting I kind of know I'm my own challenge in a relationship. I don't make it easy for somebody all the time. Sometimes sometimes it's just day to day.
I know somebody else like that too. Anyway, but so So then my other cousin, so I have three boy cousins that came. It was my cousin TJ and his wife, and then Micah and his wife, and then my cousin Andrew and his wife. Now, Andrew did not carry the luggage for, maybe he did, maybe I missed that part, but he right away, and this is where I was like, man, my cousins have grown up to be such great men. Something was happening with, you're vacationing with a lot of people, and some people don't want to do everything that other people don't want to do. And right away, he said, all right, guys, when we came to a head on something, he goes, communicate. Let's all sit down. We need to communicate. What do you want to do? What don't you want to do? Even though we had the itinerary, but it kind of came to a fork in the head. And I really thought, I like that he was very assertive on that, and that he said communicate, which this is not a dig on you again, Scott, not at all. This has nothing to do with you. I just thought that was very refreshing that there was this guy who was saying, hey guys, let's communicate, which I don't think is always the answer.
Did he have a stake in the decision making whatsoever, or was he, I don't give a damn what we do, just somebody tell me what we're doing?
I think he's just great at delegating, and I think that he has 4 kids, so I think that he's just good at balancing people in general. And plus, for his job, he's a nurse. I think that those are just things that are skills. But I also think that his parents just did a great job.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, everything you're saying is obviously upbringing based.
Yeah.
I've just gotten testy over time.
60-59 is so lucky.
Well, no, here's the thing.
I'm just
I
kidding.
look back at my parents' relationship, and my dad was always very gracious to my mom. And
I wish I met your parents so much.
Oh, you'd have loved them. And would have wheeled the luggage and things like that. I mean, but, never did I feel that it was, never did I look at it nor think back to it and be like, well, Betty clearly was telling him she expects him to do that. No, I think they each had their roles, like they.
In every relationship.
Yeah, she had her role. She was doing something like, so if he was rolling luggage, she was taking care of me at that moment as a young child, ushering me to wherever I had to be in the moment, whatever. So I think that plays into it a bit. Obviously, they've had good upbringing. That's excellent. It's a tough one. It's a very special personality that can jump in, take command of the situation. You should listen close to this because you're sitting across from somebody that's really good at this. Can take control of a situation and, like
without
you said,
seeming like a dick,
communicate and let's come up with this here. Because, all joking aside, that's a tough role to play and that's why I asked, did he have a stake in the game other than keeping his wife happy? Because there is truth to, how far do you want to agitate the person that you live with regularly to side with everyone else? There's a balancing
Here's
act.
what I think it is. And this is why I'm saying this, not only because it kind of gave me a little bit more hope in relationships, but also it was me finishing my uncle's book about how he was raised and how my grandfather was not around very much, and how my grandfather was
he was a busy guy.
He was a serial cheater. He was also, I'm not talking out of turn on this. My grandfather had 5 other children with 3 other women outside of his marriage to my grandmother. He also was not around a lot and talked to my grandmother a certain way. So I'm reading all of this about my family. And my uncle had said in his book, this is why I have taught my children, or I've hopefully have taught my children a certain way to be. I don't want them to be how my father treated my mother. So meaning my grandfather to my grandmother. So he was saying, I don't raise my voice to my wife. I don't do, I don't cheat on my wife. There's things like that. So I think that for my family, it's a definite trickle down effect to my grandfather was not a great guy early in his life.
Yeah. Might have been a great guy, but had a wandering eye.
Yep.
I mean, might have been
a loud
really,
voice.
Look, yeah. I mean, he
not
really,
a strong hand though.
What's that?
Not a strong hand.
Not
Not abusive.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
Loud voice, not a strong hand.
I got you. He might have been. it's really tough because people associate automatically cheating and stuff like that, meaning the person's a scumbag. And that is not necessarily always the case, especially if you go way back in time where, the way that families were structured and the way, women were very subservient to men for generations. So it,
And you want to know what he talked about, which is so history repeating itself, even with the young generation now, was how my grandmother, she was curvier. She was a chunky, like, young woman.
Yeah.
And wasn't so confident about her body. And so I think that also made her a little bit subservient as well.
It could be.
And I think it's the era. I mean, they got
I think it really was much more of that.
Yeah,
you still see somewhat of it today, but not that much. You know.
They got married in their 50s. So
really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. In the 1950s or their 50s?
No, in the 1950s. My grandparents were born.
I thought you said in their 50s. I'm like, this guy had 5 children with 3 other women and he was already past 50 years old?
No, but he did. Yeah, he had a kid, I think, in his 50s because
I mean, it's not that terribly uncommon, but to start then is a little uncommon.
Because I have a, right.
I understand, the 1950s. Yeah, I mean, did your grandfather, was he a veteran at all? Did he, was he in the war, either like World War II or anything like that?
No, veteran of the coal mine. He was a coal miner.
Oh, that's
in West
interesting.
Virginia.
Okay.
And also sold Kirby vacuums.
And I tell you what, there's still a hell of a vacuum to this day.
I know it. I know
still got one.
My grandfather was born in 32. Both my grandparents were born in 32.
That's funny. My mom was 31.
And
1931.
Then, I don't know when your parents married, but my grandparents married when they were in high school.
Okay, so.
Can you imagine that today? No.
Well, I mean, you hear random little stories. Now, let's see. I've kind of told this story before. My father was married prior to my mother. His wife had passed. This is my brother's mom, actually. She had passed away from cancer many, many years ago. And then my mom, she was actually married. And it was.
Your mom was?
Yes. It was not a good marriage. There are no details that are out there. My aunt, who's still alive in her 90s, does not say more than. All I know is the guy's first name. That's all I know.
Spill that tea, Auntie.
She will not. But, and my mother, being a staunch Roman Catholic, she had that marriage annulled, which is essentially saying it is wiped out of God's eye.
Wait.
I mean, it's gone, right?
Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about this. Just answer this question. That's it. Didn't your first marriage, your only marriage,
my only,
didn't that have to be annulled too?
Yes. And but I'll share that with you in a minute. Okay. So I don't know the story behind why or what happened with my mom with that, but I know it wasn't a long marriage and I know that it was annulled. That's all I know. It was my mother and father that got together. So they got married, I want to say, was it 69 or 70?
Okay, right before you were born.
Pretty much, yeah, because I'm a 71 baby. So, it was pretty quick before that.
So your mom obviously wanted to have a child.
Yeah, most definitely. For sure. My dad, he had the 2 boys. I mean, it just became a nice family unit. It all worked. Both my brothers would speak very highly of, my mom, who is Betty to them, not technically their mom, but spoke very highly.
They never called her mom?
What's that?
They never called her mom?
I don't think so. I think they called her Betty, but it was a loving calling her of Betty. It wasn't just like it was. They must have seen what was the good that was there. You know what I mean? They must have seen how well she gelled it all together and how things worked. So it worked.
Yeah.
Now, you were saying, yes. So my ex-wife wanted to have the marriage annulled. And I said, listen, we were both Catholic. Well, we technically, I guess both are. Still, I'm about as active as you can be in the church. In fact, I should be at Mass in about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. See ya.
Yeah, right. It has to be the last time I almost caught a church on fire by walking through the doors. But, it was a huge part of my upbringing, huge part. So I still feel very connected to, the what that did.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, she had wanted the annulment. I was fine with that. And it was really interesting because when the priest calls, because you have a conversation with the priest and they're looking for a hard reason to, make it happen. Was there cheating? Was there abuse? Was there this? And I kept telling the priest, I said, listen, it just didn't work for us. We had too many things happening around the bubble of marriage, if you will, that were causing us to. It just wasn't going to be this symbiotic. Let's move together. It wasn't going
Kumbaya.
to be. Yeah, right. It wasn't because she was abusive to me, yelling and stuff like that. I never was abusive to her. It wasn't like I cheated or she cheated. We had other things around the marriage look, I'm not going to lie to you. I have some very specific regrets to what brought on the end of that. Now, I probably, looking back on it, no, I got with her at a time right after my dad died and shortly before my mom died. And I was in a new city and my work had brought me to Cleveland at the time. And I was completely alone. And I was in my early 20s. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Her family, wonderful, outstanding people.
Took you in, right?
Took me in. They made me feel that I was never alone with that. The reality to it is, and I look back at this, I probably could have been lifelong friends with my ex-wife back, not getting married necessarily. Probably could have been lifelong friends with her. We had a million laughs. There was a lot of good times.
Good.
So I look at that and I say, that's probably where it should be. I was emotionally caught up in a lot of other areas. Then I had, I probably shouldn't have moved us out of Cleveland, to be totally honest with you. My career had offered an opportunity. Some things had changed in what brought me to Cleveland about 6 years prior to that. And some things had changed. A radio station was no longer. Things were changing in our industry. An opportunity took us to North Carolina, and she was good enough to come. I probably shouldn't have moved us.
She was good enough to come.
Well, I probably shouldn't have moved us. I think it started we were married, what do you do? So right there, I probably should have stopped. Now, had I not done it, I wouldn't be where I am today.
That's what I was thinking. And why not move her? Did she hate it that much?
No, it just wasn't good for us. You know what I mean? We were
How could you know that though?
Well, that's just it. Some people, and honestly, there are people today, and it's so funny how the world's evolved since, like, say, the early 2000s. We know people in our own company that literally live in like the Carolinas and come to a radio station in New York once a week or for a week out of the month. I probably should have had it set up where maybe we kept the house in Cleveland and you do the back and forth. But I'm not convinced that would have worked either. I'm not at all.
Knowing both of you people, I don't think that you would have been happy in the end.
Possibly not. So, but I look at it and I think maybe that is the start of what caused the problems. What really, really killed a lot of it was the economic crash in 2008 that happened. Remember the housing crash?
Yep.
So I will tell you guys this. This was, we're not seeing this right now, even with high interest rates. So when I got here in New York, back to New York in 2005, when this job was offered, I had to put a house on the market in Michigan. It was right outside of Flint, Michigan. And it was, so you figure it would have gone on the market probably 2006. It sat and sat till well after till the end of 2007, till somebody came in. I took a tremendous loss on this house. When I bought that house, and it was in Genesee County in Michigan, when I bought that house in 2002,
okay,
it was one of two houses in the county that were available. That was it. 2 houses in the county. When we sold it and put it on the market because it was the auto industry collapse. You're going to remember this time
I
because
remember
your dad,
it vividly.
Yeah, and then the housing crash came after it. And keep in mind, this all I was working in the epicenter of it. I was working an hour north of Detroit. You know, so there were 3,000 houses on the market. So I bought a house when there were 2 markets on the house. I sold a house after it was on the market for a year at a huge loss with 3,000 houses on the market. I mean, it was devastating.
Well,
you
know what they say, that money is the biggest fight that happens in marriages.
I mean, in this case, it was probably one of a number. I think it caused so much frustration and so many different, issues. Look, overall, the reality is, like I said, I was talking about the annulment thing to get started with this. I was not willing to tell the priest something bad because, I wanted her to have what she wanted. In life.
Yes. I think it's funny. Like, how does it work now that we are in a time where we've gone past the pandemic and Zooming, and now we have texting and Snapchat and TikTok? Like, does the priest Snapchat you and be like, hey, bro, you wanna end this? Or do you have to meet with them in person?
It would have normally have been a meet in person because it was the Diocese of Cleveland that handled it. But they knew I lived in New York, so we did phone call at the time to deal with it. Very nice priest too. I mean, I know he was trying in the beginning to see if he could, figure something out, because I think what they want to try to do is figure out, is there a way that we could suggest something that could salvage this in the eyes of the sacrament of marriage under the Catholic Church? And there just wasn't. It just was not. It was not going to go to a place again where it
wasn't salvageable.
No, it wasn't. But at the same time, and now there's been a lot of water under the bridge. I mean, keep in mind, I've been divorced since 2013. So you figure we're in 2025 now.
Long time.
It's been a while.
Yep.
And I'm approaching having been divorced longer than I was married, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Look, I wish her nothing but well. On the rare occasions I see her, I've had some laughs. I don't have any problems.
Sure.
I have no problems. And if I see her going a certain direction, I've been, matured emotionally enough to know I'm going to back away from this now. And thank you very much. You have a good time. I'm going home.
Well, and when you guys didn't have any major thing like a cheating or anything like that, the priest, I know he wanted to make it repairable, but did he finally say, okay.
Yeah, that was it. It was okay.
You're living in a separate state. There's nothing. I mean, he had no tie to you. It's not as if you grew up with him being your priest.
No, not at all.
So for a stranger to be like, well, can't you repair this? Bro, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
If you're a therapist who was our marriage counselor, that would be one thing. But you don't even know me, and you don't even know how our relationship operates. For a stranger to be like, you guys should work on it. Sorry, that's lost on me.
It was a little more dignified than that.
I know.
And I understand why they try to do that in the Catholic religion. Marriage is a holy sacrament.
And believe me, and you know this more than anybody, I respect marriage so much, and I want to be married one day. Like I'm almost like slightly obsessed with it.
I'm going to tell you something. You know how you love marriage?
Yes.
You can love the marriage as much as you want, as long as the marriage loves you back.
That's exactly right.
It has
1,000%. And that's why I started this whole thing by saying, as far as watching my family operate the way they did, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so sweet.
Yeah.
And I know that they have hard times. I mean, my cousin who has 4 kids, that cannot come easy.
Oh, no, they're stressed. Well, like I said, it's what works for them.
Right.
And somehow they found someone that it works for them with.
Yes.
Whether it is them deciding to make a conscious decision to be a certain way with their partner, or those two just gel.
Yes.
And I don't know. None of us know. Maybe it was those two, their personality traits just so well locked together. Mm-hmm. And great for them for finding that. Obviously, upbringing had something to do with that. But
I think so.
Sure. There's no doubt.
And also, and this is kind of a continuation from the last podcast too, is that when it comes to I had joked in the last podcast, seeing my cousins shirtless with gray hair and things like that was weird. It's also, now you have to understand, I'm very close to my family, but I live away. So I only see them once a year. And when we get together, it's like when you see a friend, Scott, that you haven't seen in a long time. It's like everything's back to normal, but we're seeing each other at Christmas. We're doing Christmas activities. We're not necessarily connecting about the nuances of a marriage. So when you vacation with somebody,
you see it a lot. Yeah.
You see it. Right. You're with them for 5 days straight. You really get to see the nuances of their marriage.
Agreed.
And that's only a small snapshot of it. It's basically like any social media. It's a small snapshot of it, but it's just seeing them going from playing tag as kids to now being so sweet in their marriages gave me so much joy to see everything come full circle, because I knew them my whole life to be amazing people, but I didn't know what they were going to be like in a marriage.
I'll tell you, if there's one thing, and I'm not here to give any advice, but it made me think about something. As you're going through your life search, if you are searching, if you're not searching, whatever the case may be.
You mean like the meaning of life?
No, meaning the right partner.
Oh, yeah.
Don't try to find the one that has all the show. You're describing what you saw with them. You've got to find what works for you. I think you know that.
Oh, God, my God. Yes.
You don't have to do it to be like, I want somebody that's just like their marriage. Number one, you're never going to get something exactly like it. Number two, you don't know what happens 360 days of the year out of the 365, the 5 days that you had with them. You don't know what happens the other 360 days of the year. But you find what works for you.
Yes.
And the other person should find you, and if it works for them, if you work for them.
That's always an evolution, though, too, because I've always prided myself on being, like, independent. And after seeing that, I was like, dang it, I want somebody who's going to roll my luggage.
Yeah, well.
I want somebody who is going to wait on me a little bit,
Well, what if they check all the other boxes, but they're not a luggage roller?
They better start rolling that luggage.
Wait,
we got to play my game.
I wasn't going anywhere. I was just moving around in my chair. That pop zit that I talked about in the beginning, it was starting to hurt a little bit. I thought I'd move cheeks.
Oh, that's disgusting. When it's like still, like you get some residue still coming out. Oh. All right, this game is called Can We All Agree? Can we all agree that the middle seat on the airplane is everyone's punishment?
Yeah, there's nothing really great about it. You're the squeezed in one. Especially in air travel today. Honestly, they'd be better off just doing seats of two and seats of two.
Seriously. And especially because people are bigger.
Yeah. We are all bigger than we were in the 60s, the 40s, the 1800s. Everybody's bigger. Hand me another potato chip.
Can we all agree? No one has ever finished a pack of gum before losing it.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Right? I never do.
I'll go one step further. No one has ever not realized at the moment that the gum is not finished. In other words, let's say you didn't lose it and you see a pack that's sitting in your car and you go to grab it and you didn't remember, you should have thrown it out. It's empty. It's one of those things where it's either you're right, you lose the pack of gum before you finish it, or you've actually finished it, put it back in there, and it's tricking you. It's looking at you going, you're going to touch me as a pack. You're going to think you got one more piece in there, and then you're going to get me. And it even feels like a piece in there the way they make them. And then you get it out, you're like,
oh, wait.
Well, that's a waste.
I got another one, too. This is actually piggybacking off of something I just posted on social. I posted this Reels, and it's also on our TikTok too, that when you get that bucket of Halloween candy.
Oh, wait, stand by.
That the Reese's peanut butter cups taste like the Twizzlers.
Oh, yeah.
Here's another one that has to do with gum. When you bum a piece of gum off of somebody and they had it in their pocket, all I taste is their pocket.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It's minty pocket.
It It's totally minty,
Minty pocket.
I hate borrowing gum off of, or it's minty like bottom of somebody's purse.
I'll take.
It's a little bit
yeah,
of,
you get purse dust on that gum. Yeah, that's. Oh God, yeah.
It's leather and lint.
With
leather
mint.
and lint.
With
Leather
mint.
and lint.
Yeah.
Leather, lint, and mint.
Now, if it happens to be in a desk drawer or sitting on a desk, like in a plastic, little container, yeah, you might be in the safe zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a pocket, if it's a purse, no.
If I'm at the gym with you, Scott, ever, don't ask me for my gym gum because it's been in a gym bag, which means you're getting my feet and gum.
Excellent.
Okay,
right.
Can we all agree? TikTok has officially replaced Google.
Not for me.
Okay.
Not for me, no.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe because I do a lot on desktop still because of our job.
I know. I will agree with you there. At work, it's more Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
At home, it's TikTok or Reels.
Okay.
Because I was just looking up something. I wonder, let me see if I can find my history really quick. I was just looking. Oh, I know what I was looking up last night. This comes out after Halloween, but I was looking at makeup tutorials on how to do my makeup like the penguin. So that was just something that I had searched.
Well, I could see something like that being better served on TikTok versus Googling that.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like TikTok is the WebMD of Google searches, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
It's you're never really going to get. I mean, let's put it this way: if TikTok's the WebMD of Google searches, then TikTok's telling you have full blown cancer when you have a hangnail.
Yes,
and where Google, I feel, has a little more validity still. Now, if it's for fun stuff. Go TikTok all the way. You're never going to get the right thing on Google for the makeup of the penguin. You'll never find that. But somebody on TikTok's done a video.
Oh, I found a bunch. It was perfect. Okay.
Is there one more?
I have two more.
Okay.
Movie trailers give away way too much. Stop spoiling the whole plot.
Sometimes. Not always. Sometimes.
Or it's like they only showed you the good stuff.
Yeah, I got worried about that with the Superman movie. I watched, with the kids and I went to the drive-in to see the Superman movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it can happen. It can happen that there's too much. Not all the time, but in that one, I got real worried that it was all the good stuff. I mean, it was God, they're lean 9 out of 10 times. I'll agree with you 9 out of 10 times.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to give you two more.
All right.
Can we all agree wet socks are the worst feeling in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. And it just happened to me the other day and I got so mad.
That's it.
And the last one is there anyone who doesn't think they're a good driver? I think I'm an excellent driver. Scott always says I'm a terrible driver. I think I'm aggressive, but I think I'm a great driver. And I'm great with directions, by the way.
Okay, maybe directions. Here's the thing.
What?
I'm not going to harp on you on this, but I mean, having ridden with you, we got a lot of this going on with the accelerator.
That's because I'm putting my makeup on.
But still, even I'm like, this is why I drive a lot when you and I are going somewhere.
Because I have to put my makeup on?
No, I get a little nauseous when we're doing this as much as we are because you're like one of those on gas, off gas, on gas, off gas. And I mean, I've been in the situation where you've kind of done the wheel jerk and we're like, wow. So, I mean,
I'm a great driver, okay?
And there's nothing under 12 miles over the speed limit. So, I mean, it's... have I been with you when you went through a school bus with its stop out? No. Have I been with you when you hit someone? No. Have we gone over a couple curbs? Heavily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why every time I go get my car, tires rotated, oil changed, they always go, God, you love to ride that curb. I sure do. I want to make sure I'm close to that curb.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're looking at your accident to non-accident ratio,
one accident.
You're a very good driver. Well, that was a deer, wasn't it?
Wait. Hold the phone.
Okay.
I got rear-ended in college at
who didn't? It was college.
At an intersection, and I spun off the road in a snowstorm here. That's it.
Okay. Those neither one are your fault.
Exactly.
That one in Corning, by the way, is still not your fault.
I know.
That dirty officer, he was looking to hit a quota. How could you have controlled the road, your car on the road, in the middle of a huge snowstorm, not even going? Now, this is a rarity. Mm-hmm. She was going under the speed limit.
Like significantly because the snowstorm was so bad.
And still got ticketed.
Yes.
That should have been fought.
I agree.
I wish I would have known attorneys back then. We would have fought that.
And
hello, Hannah Renna.
Yes, Hannah. That's why I'm a good driver.
I'm not arguing this anymore. Just I guess we have to go with the law of averages on this, but
Thank you.
Just be ready for a lot of here we are.
Oh my God, stop it.
Oh my God.
I think you should drive just so I can always do my makeup.
I do drive most of the time. Do you ever feel scared with me? Okay, don't answer that. There's been one or two times you're like, Scott, the light's red.
Or car. You're coming up to a car.
It's still not as bad as our one old coworker.
And the car's right in front of you. Like you're not even doing your makeup.
I know. Well, I'm watching you. But
watching me do what?
Your makeup.
Oh, okay.
It's still not as bad as our one former coworker. No names to be mentioned. We were on a business trip with them to Florida, and Florida highways, 5 lanes either direction, packed wall to wall. I thought he was going to create an 82 car pileup, and he has the worst vision. God bless his soul.
This is why I don't know why would he even offer to drive? If you have somebody who is perfectly good at seeing, myself, why would you not say, Allie, can you drive?
That's what's scary about your driving. You do have good vision.
And what's also, I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. What's also scary is the fact that me, my dad, and my uncle went to a concert recently, and both of them have Forrester's disease where their spine is fused, so neither of them can look left and right.
Oh my God.
Neither of them would let me drive. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? You're kidding. I'm the only one in this car who can turn their head.
Get in the damn passenger seat, Mark.
I can turn my head just fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
All right. So then I guess we'll just go for now. You're a good driver.
I'm a I driver.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, was that part of the Can We All Agree? Oh,
yes,
it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
I tricked you.
There it was. You got 40 minutes. Now you you're on vacation when this pardon me.
Yes, I will be on my second vacation of the sabbatical, as you like to call it.
So then when you come back, you'll update us on the New England trip.
Yes, I will.
To see Uncle Bernie Sanders.
Yes, we'll have a great time. I'll have a great time. I mean, I'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.